Hello and welcome back to That Green Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some cranberry oatmeal cookies. Now, I have made this recipe several times. It's one of my mom's favorites. It's just an all-around good cookie and it's very enjoyable. It doesn't feel totally guilty because it's oatmeal and it's not overly sweet. However, the problem comes in that all of the times that I've made it without white chocolate, I've made it with white chocolate in chunks and in morsels. And what we keep running into is that it's too sweet with the chunks and morsels of the white chocolate, but it's not sweet enough without them making it without. So today we're gonna hopefully find a happy medium. We're gonna try a drizzle, and I haven't done it before, obviously. So I thought, why not? We'll take you guys along with us and hope for the best. So let's go ahead. I'll show you how to make the base of the cookie, and then you can add the white chocolate how you want to use it. Everybody's kind of different. What's too sweet for me might not be too sweet for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our bowl. We're going to take half a cup of softened butter. I went ahead and measured mine out because I just made fresh butter, and that's not necessary for this recipe, but I had a bunch of heavy cream to use, so, you know, don't want that to go bad. So, half a cream of butter, half a cream, what the f is half a cream? Half a cup of butter, anyway, and then we're gonna take half a cup of sugar, half a cup of sugar, go ahead and put it on top of the butter, and then we're going to do half a cup of brown sugar, and we do want the brown sugar to be packed. Go ahead and add that in. Then we're going to go ahead and whisk this together until it's combined. You can use a stand mixer as always, but I'm making focaccia currently, and so my stand mixer is currently occupied with focaccia. So okay, so now that it's pretty much combined, we're just looking for just basic, you know, butters holding things together. We're not looking for perfectly, you know, anything. We're gonna add 1 egg in. We're gonna go ahead and give that a little mixy mix. So now that we have this fluffy sand colored just mixture, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set this off to the side, and we're going to mix in our dry ingredients together. And so the first thing we need is baking soda and baking powder. You're going to need half a teaspoon of each of those. And then you're going to need half a teaspoon of salt, which I will use my electric grinder that I just got. And yes, I'm very excited about it. Plus it's pink. Who doesn't love pink? And then we're going to do 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to pretend none dropped in right then, because, you know. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to take 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. Give that like a little mix together because we're about to add the oats, and the oats can be a little bit harder to mix, like get the baking powder and baking soda all the way through. Okay, so from there we are going to add 1.5 cups of old-fashioned oats. It doesn't matter, just make sure that they're not the quick. Okay, and then we're just going to give that a quick mix. Okay, and then we're going to drag our wets back over, and we're going to add in our, we're gonna just mix this together. Again, if you're doing this by hand, it might be a little bit of a workout, but you know, I believe in you. You got this. I'm serious. Somebody remind me to get a new whisk. This is annoying. I don't think I've ever had a whisk with this big of tongs, but you know, to each their own. Alright, once you have that incorporated, it should be looking something like that. Don't do that, kids. That's how you get salmonella. I will not be listening to myself, however. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to add 3/4 a cup of cranberries. Now, at this point, if you decided that you're a sweeter person than I am, and let's face it, you probably are, if you decide to do that, you are going to want to add in your white chocolate chips at this point. But because we're doing something a little bit different, I'm going to wait and make a drizzle at the end. So that is how easy it is to assemble your dough. Make sure that you get the cranberries as incorporated, as evenly distributed as you can, because this dough is very bad for putting a bunch of them on top and then not having enough of them through the day. So, that being said, we're now going to refrigerate this mix for 30 to 60 minutes. I prefer the 60 minutes just because you don't have to pop it in and out of the freezer between batches. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge for 30 minutes to 60 minutes. And then when I come back, we'll go ahead and bake these. Hey, welcome back. So it's been about an hour. You can tell because my microphone has moved and the light has died from my eyes. Anyway, so this is what yours should be looking like after about an hour in the fridge. You want it to be pretty cold, which is great on a hot summer day. Anyway, so what you're going to do now, preheat your oven to 350, and then you're going to get a pan that is lined with parchment paper, and we're going to do about 9 per. I use a little toaster oven, as you can see here. I do live in an RV. I'm sure that's blatantly obvious, but in case it's not, I live in an RV, and so if you've ever used an RV oven, it's like trying to poke a bear with a sword and thinking it's not going to get angry. So anyway, we're gonna just take a small cookie scooper. This is about a good size. I believe that this is an inch cookie scooper. If you do not have a cookie scooper, that's totally fine. You can just use about the size of a tablespoon, and that will be pretty close. It will be a little bit stiff. I like to roll mine, put it down, smush it. To each their own. That's just how I do mine. And you want to be leaving about 2 to 3 inches of space. You're going to just repeat this process over and over again until you have made all of your cookies. And we're going to just pop these in. So we're going to let these bake for 10 to 13 minutes, and then we're going to come back and look at them. Okay, so we got 2 batches done so far, and as you can see, they look very pretty. These just came out of the oven. They may not look as done as like these do, for example. It is normal when you pull it out of the oven for it to have like a little bit of like underdoneness. It'll set up as it goes. Make sure to not over bake them, because otherwise you'll end up with like kind of more crunch than you want, and they're kind of more meant to be like a softer cookie. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for these to cool, and then once they cool and the other ones come out of the oven, then we're going to go ahead and do our white chocolate drizzle. And after that, okay, now my cookies are all done baking. They look great. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and melt our white chocolate. This is important to go low and slow. So we're going to microwave in 30-second intervals and stir between each, because remember that white chocolate is temperamental, as is most chocolate. It's temperamental and it will seize up, and then it's not going to be a pretty drizzle if it's not. So I will be back once this is melted and we will get to it. For joining us. That is how you make the cranberry oatmeal cookies. I hope you enjoy them. Please let me know how you liked them, and as always, I will see you next time.